You're watching KSG News, where you get all the latest from across the globe to help with your exam preparations. KSG India proudly announces the commencement of center batches for offline coaching at Delhi, Vijayanagar, Delhi, Rajendra Nagar, Jaipur, Bhopal, and Indore centers, making sure students' health and safety and also the targeted approach towards UPSC Civil Services examination preparation. Visit www.ksgindia.com for batch queries. We begin with updates related to GS Paper 2. The government has constituted a national committee under the chairmanship of Prime Minister with 259 members to commemorate 75 years of India's independence. Independence Celebration Panel will first meet on the 8th of March 2021. Members include ministers, chief ministers, opposition members, sportspersons and spiritual leaders. Former President of India Pratibha Patil, veteran BJP leader L.K. Advani, Congress President Sonia Gandhi and spiritual guru Sadhguru are among the Independence Celebration Panel members. The government will commemorate 75 years of India's independence, which falls on the 15th of August 2022 at national and international level in the form of Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav. A national implementation committee under the chairmanship of Home Minister had earlier been constituted for the commemoration to guide the policies and programs to be undertaken by various ministries of Government of India under the India 75 commemoration. A committee of secretaries has also been set up for this purpose. The National Committee includes dignitaries and eminent citizens from all walks of life. The committee will provide policy direction and guidelines for formulation of programs for the commemoration of 75th anniversary of Indian independence at the national and international levels. The celebrations are proposed to be launched 75 weeks prior to 15th August 2022, that is on 12th of March 2021, which is the 91st anniversary of the historic Salt Satyagraha led by Mahatma Gandhi. In order to discuss modalities relating to preparatory activities under the commemoration beginning from the 12th of March 2021 with the members of the high-level committee, it has been decided to convene the first meeting of the committee on the 8th of March 2021. And now some updates related to GS Paper 3. This is in connection with Information and Communication Technology. On the 5th of March 2021, the Supreme Court said that the government's new rules to regulate OTT or over-the-top platforms lacked teeth to punish violators or to screen offensive content, even as it protected Amazon Prime Video India commercial head Aparna Purohit from arrest in the Tandav web series Rao. Justice Ashok Bhushan, heading a bench, asked Solicitor General Tushar Mehta, and I quote, "We went through your information technology rules of 2021. These are merely guidelines. There is no provision for punishment or fine. What is the mechanism to control it?" Now, what does this really mean and what is the significance of this? Solicitor General Tushar Mehta agreed to consider drafting new regulations or even legislation to address the concern raised by the court about OTT platforms. The court recorded in its order that the new rules notified days back were more in the nature of guidelines and there was no effective mechanism for screening or to take appropriate action against violators. During the hearing, Amazon, represented by senior advocate Mukul Rohatgi, complained about an oral remark made by Justice Bhushan that some of the films featured on OTT platforms had pornographic content. Rohatgi said the remark had been picked up by the media and bandied about it. The court issued notice on her plea for bail and directed that the police should not arrest her as long as she cooperates with the investigation into complaints that the web series ridicules Hindu gods and the country's political power corridors. In some more updates related to GS Paper 3, the Prime Minister on the 5th of March 2021 said that India has advanced the target for increasing the ethanol blending levels from 2030 to 2025. He said this while delivering the keynote address at the Sera Week 2021 through video conference. Modi was also awarded the Sera Week Global Energy and Environment Leadership Award. There is growing acceptance of ethanol across India. Prime Minister said that based on people's response, it has been decided to advance the target of 20% blending of ethanol in petrol to 2025 from the earlier target of 2030. Prime Minister said that 5,000 compressed biogas plants will be set up by 2024 with a production target of 15 million tons. The Prime Minister also talked about the growing share of non-fossil sources in India's installed capacity of electricity rising to 38% and about the adoption of Bharat 6 emission norms equivalent to Euro 6 fuel. India is working to increase the share of natural gas from the current 6% to 15% by 2030. LNG is being promoted as a fuel. Prime Minister Modi lauded the recently launched National Hydrogen Mission and PM Kusum schemes. Moving on to some more updates related to GS Paper 3, the US Space Agency NASA's Perseverance rover took its first drive on Mars and covered 21.3 feet across the Martian landscape. The drive performed on the 4th of March served as a mobility test that marks just one of many milestones as team members check out and calibrate every system, subsystem, and instrument on Perseverance. However, the location where Perseverance began its mission on Mars now bears the name Octavia E. Butler Landing, after the name of a science fiction author, Octavia E. Butler. The drive, which lasted about 33 minutes, propelled the rover forward 13 feet, where it then turned in place 150 degrees to the left and backed up 8 feet into its new temporary parking space. To help better understanding the dynamics of a retro rocket landing on the red planet, engineers used Perseverance navigation and hazard avoidance cameras to image the spot where Perseverance touched down, dispersing Martian dust with plumes from its engines. The rover's mobility system is not the only thing getting a test drive during this period of initial checkouts. More recently, the controllers checked out Perseverance's radar imager for Mars's subsurface experiment and Mars oxygen in situ resource utilization experiment instruments and deployed the Mars environmental dynamics analyzer instruments to a wind sensor, which extend out from the rover's mast. The aim of the mission is astrobiology, including the search for signs of ancient microbial life. That's it in this edition of KSG News. Stay tuned for more such short, concise, and informative videos. KSG India proudly announces the commencement of center batches for offline coaching at Delhi, Vijayanagar, Delhi, Rajendra Nagar, Jaipur, Bhopal, and Indore centers, making sure students' health and safety and also the targeted approach towards UPSC Civil Services examination preparation. Visit www.ksgindia.com for batch queries.